Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Tune in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Come join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Yeah.
But guess what? This is PEACHY Tea Time. On PEACHY Tea Time, we cover the Black community. I don't give a damn what they do. If it interests me, I'm showing y'all. I'm showing y'all flat out.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Chewy trying to act the fool, y'all. Chewy trying to act the fool already right before the show started. He started barking. I'm like, Chewy, shut up. What's good in y'all? What's good in your city, baby? What's good in your city? It's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. What's good? Y'all, I feel good. I feel so good. Let me tell you, my manager said, you just look so happy. I said, I am. Shout out to I am happy. Been happy for a while now. And I thank the Lord. I thank him. And I thank y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. Let me give y'all a round of applause. Y'all deserve it. Y'all been rocking with me for a very, very long time. And y'all know y'all been watching my page. And I know y'all like, oh, shoot. The missus got who? Who? Yes. And I thank the Lord. But I am so honored for our guest that we have on here tonight. Brenda. Her real name is ETHEL Love. And we all know her as Brenda from Brenda's Got a Baby. 2PAC. Yes, 2PAC, y'all. One of his very first videos that was introduced to all of us, you know. And we all know that 2PAC, you know, always spoke good words. You know what I'm saying? He told a story. He put it out there, said what he had to say, and didn't care who liked it. You know what I'm saying? But we all learned something from it. From each one of his videos and songs. We learned something. So in this particular video, I think it stands out to every female that grew up in that era. Even your mamas too. They probably was listening. But every female that grew up in this era, in the 90s, 92, I believe this to be exact, 92. This video stuck out. And it's a video that we will never, ever forget. And we will never, ever forget our guest face. We will never forget her face walking down the street in black and white, holding that baby. There's a lot of different things, I must say, that stands out in that video. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring her up so that we can talk about the video. I did add a little twist to it. We're going to discuss some other things just as well. And, you know, talk briefly about Pac You know, we know all we can know about Pac. We know all we can know. But tonight, I would like to celebrate Brenda, aka Ethel. It's actually the other way, but we just know her as Brenda, you know? So we're gonna celebrate her tonight. We're gonna basically talk all about Brenda. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're gonna bring her right on up. And y'all ready for the show? Y'all ready for the show? Here we go. Miss Brenda, aka Ethel.
Hey.
Hey, boo, how you doing tonight?
It's good. I should bring my teacup, huh? Because it's tea time.
Girl, it's tea time. It is tea time. It is tea time. Yes, it is. Somebody else told me I should get some cups too. So
yes, I have some already.
and
I'm working on them.
I'm gonna have to give me some. I'm gonna have to give me some.
Yes.
But let everybody know, who are you? I know I just told them. I told them everything. But for real though, who are you? Just tell us who are you first, and then we'll get to the next question. I'm so excited.
Well, my name is Ethel Love, also known as Brenda from the legendary video with Tupac Shakur. Brenda's Got a Baby. I am a mother of 3, a grandmother of 4, and I'm a lot of mothers to others because I go inside homes and to the child care facilities and help mothers with raising and upbringing their children.
That is wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Still to this day, I'm around all the babies. Yes.
Still to this day. Now, how old were you when you did this video?
I was 17 when I did the video. Was I 17? I think I was 17 when I did the video. Yes.
You were 17 when you did the video.
Yes.
Okay. How did this even come about?
Well, Tupac grew up with me and my brothers. He hung out with me and my brothers. He became good friends and family as he was, becoming an artist to do his rap and things like that. So he asked me, which he asked my brother because him and my brother started working together once he got signed with Interscope. And he gave my brother the position as the A&R scout. And so my brother came and asked me would I be part of Tupac video. He asked if he would be a part. And I was like, why Tupac won't call me himself? We friends, we family. I didn't know that my brother was the AR at that time. So I told him to have Tupac call me and ask me, which I said, yes, of course. I just didn't like people talking through other people for things like you wasn't able to communicate with me personally. That's how I am still to this day. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. Don't go through a third party. If I'm reachable to be talked to. So Tupac called me and asked me would I be part of the video. And I said, yes, of course. Whatever you can do to help a friend, you didn't know which one was going to come up. In that era, you didn't know who was coming up because everybody was rapping. You had a lot of football and baseball players around that time in our era. In our area in Richmond at Kennedy High School, we had a lot of famous people out reaching their goals at that time. And Tupac was one of them.
And you all went to a performing arts school, correct?
Yes, I did. I went to East Bay Performing Arts Center. It was more of a community thing for my performing arts, and I was a part of that since I was 13. And we used to do community, community projects. Like I had like a non-smoking campaign one time, and the community needs to do a video. It's called "Stop Before You Drop." I was in that video. It's a video out there for that. Stop Before You Drop. And then we also did Cinco de Mayo parades, Juneteenth parades before they even allowed Juneteenth out here in Georgia. California been celebrating that for years. And every year I was in that parade.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did a lot with the community in Richmond for the East Bay Performing Arts Center.
Okay. So your brother was friends with Tupac. Yeah. And did they go to school together and stuff?
No, everybody was out of high school by then.
Okay, they was out of high school by then. Yeah. Sure was.
So by the time they met Tupac and Tupac came around, everybody was out of high school. Everybody was doing their own thing and stuff. And Tupac came around via another friend, Mike Cooley. You'll hear him say Mike Cooley in his rap songs a couple of times. And he was introduced from Mike Cooley to be to my other brothers. I have like 3 brothers, so he was introduced to those 3 brothers, and they all just started hanging around and clicked together.
And this is in Virginia?
Richmond, California. I'm sorry.
California.
California,
Okay.
yes. Richmond, California. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So he asked you to come on to the team. Well, he had your brother ask you to come on and do the video. I gotta ask you. I have to ask you this question. Did you really think that this black and white video was gonna be so legendary like this? If we talking 32 years later.
No, I didn't in a sense. After the video, I did, but during the video, I didn't know what it was about because this song I did not hear, because usually you could hear the songs. My brother come back and let us hear the song, hear what's going on in the studio. He would let me hear, not everybody, but he would come back because, I like the arts too. And I would hear some of Tupac's songs before then. I could hear them rapping and practicing in the backyard, So the other songs that was on the album, I heard. This song was new. It wasn't even supposed to be on the album. Once I learned more about it, it wasn't even supposed to be on the album. And that's the reason why I didn't hear it, because I was wondering why I never heard it. But the day I went to go do the video and we did the production of the video, I still didn't hear the song. I was just told what to go do. I was just told to go do this. We're going to do this scene. We're going to do this scene, and that's what I did throughout that day. And I still didn't hear the song and didn't see the video until it came on the box.
Wow.
And so then when it came on the box, everybody kept asking me, have you seen the video? I was like, no, I have not seen the video. Then when people would come up to me, oh my God, Edie, why didn't you share with us that you was in this video? And girl, oh my God, you was with Pac. And I'm like, huh? What? So people would bum rush me at school. I was still in high school. They would come bum rush me in high school. If I'm walking down the street with my daughter, they would come bum rush me walking down the street. Like, there she go, yelling out the window, Brenda!
Oh my goodness.
So that's when I realized this video was going to be big. I didn't know it was going to be big 32 years later, but it was big,
Exactly.
Then, so I didn't know it was going to keep going on and on. And I thought it would die down.
Yeah.
However, Pac did, because Pac said it many times to my brothers, many times, that this video is going to be big. Your sister's going to be a world star. She's going to be all over the place. Just look forward. My brother's like, what are you talking about? He said, watch this video right here is iconic. And he used to tell them all the time about that. So he knew. He already knew.
Now, how do you feel when you see this picture right here? Like, what's the first thing to come to your mind? You've been seeing it though, because you have a t-shirt line, correct?
Yes.
You got a t-shirt line and everything, but just when you just see it pop up like that, what's one of the first things that comes to your mind?
My dream. I always wanted to have, let's say, how can I say the word? I always want to have purpose. I always want to have a legend for my kids to have, legendary. If I was going to do anything in TV or in film, I want it to be legendary. So when I see that my dream have come true. For instance, is a reality to me. And I'm proud of even my granddaughter that's 2 years old. When she see it, even when she see the shirt, I go, who is that? She go, Granny. I said, yes. Yes. Always has been my dream and goal for that to happen.
Awesome. Now, we all know that video was a very, very serious video. You hadn't heard the lyrics to the song, correct? When you did the video.
No, I did not.
So, what was going through your head when you was taking this baby and dropping this baby off in the trash heap?
I was just trying to figure out what they needed me to do and just do it to the best of my ability, because it was a video and it was performing arts. So I took performing arts very serious, and this was something serious, so.
Okay.
So when I got into the mode and got into the characters to bring out what they needed me to bring out, I just stayed in that zone. And then when I couldn't get in the zone, my brother come in my ear and talk to me. Papa Doc, shout out. I love him to pieces. He'll come in my ear and talk to me and tell me, hey, you got this, you got this. And I go, okay, take a deep breath and get back into what I needed to do.
You did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Now, you had already had a child.
Yes.
So in the video, you was giving birth
Yes.
to a child.
Yes.
You, at this age, you were 17 years old.
Yes. So I have given birth already. So when that scene came and they had me to go in the bathroom, I think that was the first scene we did. And when they had me go in the bathroom to deliver the baby, and I'm like, deliver a baby? So it's like, yeah, act like you're delivering a baby. So I was delivering a baby, it didn't seem right to me, right? So when I said, this is not how I was in labor. Let me tell you how I was in labor. Pulled that ponytail loose a little bit. I said, because I was pulling it. When it's time to push that baby out, and help you, honey, you trying to pull everything around you. You cussing out the daddy. They looking at me like, what? I was like, honey, you pulling all the clothes and the button things off of you. I said, honey, you ain't cute like this. So I said, you need to pull the hair a little bit because your hair ain't cute because you turning your head all over the bed when you having babies. You ain't cute. They said, okay, do what you do then. I was like, okay. So I did what I did, got myself in position and went into the zone like I was having a baby all over again. Because even though I was having a baby, I had helped many people deliver babies at that time too in the hospital. That was teenagers. And I'm pushing with them. So I know how to go into that phrase, to push, because I'm helping them push when they going through it. And I wasn't delivering a baby at the time. I didn't even have kids yet at that time when I'm in the delivery room helping with delivering babies. So I knew how to get in that character real quick. Because then when I'm being a doula at that time, back then, I had to get in that character to help that person get that baby here. Exactly. So that was easy for me. So it's just amazing to go back over that in my head and think about those times like, wow.
It's like God kind of set you up for certain things as well, because even now you're a doula.
Yes.
Look at it.
Still to be
full circle.
Full circle. When God told me to go back because I was doing kids when I was in California, and I had stopped helping with mentoring the kids and doing the kids. And I went to doing the elderly in California. I was driving paratransit. Then I came out here to Georgia. I went back to the elderly doing paratransit and working in a hair salon. And then I was helping the mothers with their children because, some styles don't have babysitters and they want to come to work. So I would watch the kids for a couple of hours till somebody else come pick them up as I was the manager in the hair salon. So when I started working at the hair salon, I'm like, well, God, I don't know what to do now. So he's like, well, go back to the babies. So I went back with the babies. I helped a young lady. She wanted to start childcare, and she started inside her home. And I worked for her in her home with her infant. And then she got a building, and then we went to the building. I helped with inside the building. And then I was like, well, I don't want to stay in. I want to go back out there, Lord. I want to go back into, the homes with the babies and childbirth and delivery, especially after helping my children deliver their kids. Exactly. And some of the issues they was having, I have to teach them how to eat right, change their diet, walking and exercising. And it came back full circle in my spirit, like, oh, I love this. I love the passion of helping mothers get through some of their obstacles, the postpartum part. You get postpartum in the beginning sometimes, in the middle of your pregnancy, answers and questions you have that you don't get from the doctors because you want to talk to your doctor, but they can't answer you. They putting you in to check your stomach real quick and kicking you right out. And you're like, man, I need to talk about some of my feelings and emotions. Who can I do that with? Mm-hmm. So when I'm able to do that with people, it just helped fill the void in me. And I started working with another young lady, and I will go into the homes now. When the next day they come home with delivering their baby, I go home with them and help get them situated in any questions or uncomfortability the mom or dad have, or if they have other kids that they have other energy they pulling out throughout the day and they need to get that rest at night. I come in and take care of that for them. And I just love that. I love it.
That is awesome. Now, this is only in your area, correct? Because I know some people like, oh, she's so nice. I need a doula like that. Is this just only in your area that you help these folks?
No, I travel.
Okay.
I
Okay.
move
She travel,
around.
y'all. She travel.
Yes, I do travel. I move around.
That's awesome.
I
That's
want to touch. I want to touch every baby that I can touch, if God allows me to, because they're His gifts, and I love being in their presence because He blessed all of us with those kids, and you get a little light of Him when you see a newborn, and you see innocence all over again. So then you go, oh my God, this is what it's like, you know.
And look what they had you playing in the video. You throwing babies in the dumpster.
Man,
The trash thing. Trash.
well, it happens to the best of us. Or
It
the worst,
does.
yes, it
It
happens
does.
for real
It
though.
happens a lot.
Because then you think about the sense of why the baby would get thrown in the trash is because, like I said, postpartum come in. It comes in before you even have the baby at times. You know what I'm saying? So now you're wondering what you could do with your whole body's going through these changes, and then your body's going through the changes, having the baby, and the baby come out. You're going, what I'm going to do with this child? I don't even know how to take care of myself. How I'm going to take care of another person? Okay, so I'm going to have to give it away. I'm going to have to go put it somewhere else. And maybe it's going to have a better outcome with somebody else. Because God, we all are orphans. Jesus was an orphan. We all are one. You know, it's okay for us to go to different people so God could be able to help bring us up. Because we are His children. And He knows who is best for us. He knows where we should be placed at once we get here.
Exactly.
And we're okay. We should be okay with that. Some people are not. But we have to try to accept that because we are all orphans in some type of way.
So smart. You're so smart. You're so smart.
It's so silly.
I'm so proud of you, girl. You're doing great. You're doing great, girl. You're doing great. You know what? You still look the same.
I know.
I look. You notice it too?
Yes. It's just I was a little chubbier because, you know, I just had a baby. My baby was like 9 months, I think.
Wow.
She was 9 to 11 months old during that time. So it takes a while to lose that weight, up to 2 years to lose some of that weight. So.
Okay. Now, once you found out that this was based on a true story, I want to get into that. Okay. Once you found out that this was based on a true story, all I can show y'all is what I found out there. So, of course, everything is always allegedly on PEACHY time. But this was also at the end of the video just as well. And this was supposed to have been the real Brenda. Like I said, 2PAC showed it at the end of his video. Brenda's got a baby. And we have showed.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's me.
That's you?
Yeah.
At the end of the video.
Yeah. That's my
wow.
picture.
And girl, it looked different from the other one.
That's my picture. That's a picture of
that
me.
was you at the end
I
of the
still
video.
got that original picture right now.
Wow.
That's me.
That's awesome. And you know what? I ain't even gonna cut this part out. I ain't editing shit.
That's
nothing. Wow. Now, I'm gonna play a video. And it's this young man telling a story about what happened. Okay. And I found it today. I found the video today. But he did mention that no one really knows who Brenda is. Mm. That after a lot of y'all gonna hear it, some things had happened, and no one knew at that point where Brenda was. And they said that her name might not even be Brenda. Mm-mm. That it was a cover-up name for her. Mm-hmm. But this young lady, she was young. I think they said like 4 or 5 years old, and damn near her whole family passed away. Wow. Yep, they all passed away. She was there. They had a certain type of stove back then, and they were trying to heat the whole house up with it. And wherever Brenda was, we're gonna call her Brenda still. Wherever Brenda was in the house, they had an air tank in there. An air tank or air take, something like that, in there. So that's what saved her. But everybody else in there had died, and it was like 5 people, allegedly. They all died. So she left, and she had to go stay with her great auntie. Now, the gentleman says that Tupac kind of fabricated the story towards the end, where that she was found slain, and that that the prostitution part, that wasn't actually real. He just added that part to it. But everything else about the baby being thrown in the trash, her boyfriend was her cousin, and that's who the baby father ended up being. I do have a news article of that. We're not gonna read it, but this was the cousin. He went to prison. He went to jail. He did go to jail, but this was the norm for that particular family or that environment. Like, they didn't really see anything wrong with it, but he knew it was wrong, but everybody was doing it, basically. So he ended up getting locked up. He didn't spend that much time at all in there because I guess they understood. But he ended up getting out. So you guys anybody can go and look at that on Google. You can Google it. This is the article of the family when they all passed away. And then at the top that says that she was only at the age of 12 when she became a mother. So you were 17.
Yes, ma'am.
Playing a 12-year-old.
Yes.
And girl, you look just like a 12-year-old, man. You look so little. You look so little on there. But I mean, you just had that memorable face. That memorable face. So I want to go ahead and play this little video right quick. Here we go.
When Brenda was 4 years old, her entire family of 5, consisting of her mother, brothers, and great aunt, were killed by carbon monoxide poisoning from a gas stove that they were using to keep warm. This occurred when the pilot went out, and the only reason why Brenda survived, authorities believe, because she was in a section of the apartment that contained an air pocket. Brenda would now be sent to live with another great aunt who was known by neighbors to have incest within her family. It was also known that her first child's father was from her first cousin, and sure enough, at age 12 years old, Brenda would end up being pregnant from one of her aunt's sons, Clarence, who was a former high school basketball star turned drug addict. During this time, it was unfortunately common for young women in the projects who had been sexually abused to dump their babies in the trash can, especially when they were too young and scared to comprehend the severity of the situation. After all, at the age of 12, she had already figured out how to hide a pregnancy from a severely dysfunctional family riddled with drugs and alcohol. So Brenda did as many other young women did. Scared, ashamed, after giving birth, she wrapped the baby up and threw it in the trash heap. After investigating the incident, police would find Clarence standing on a project rooftop, threatening to jump. Neighbors were actually sympathetic to Clarence because they said he didn't know any better. This was the environment that he was raised in. Clarence would ultimately plead guilty to secondary statutory rape and receive 6 months in prison and 5 years probation. Prosecutors agreed to a plea deal so that Brenda, whose real name was not given because she was a minor, would not have to testify. Brenda would not be charged in exchange for her cooperation. It is believed that Brenda would ultimately be placed in foster care, although that decision would be rendered by family court. Not much is known about what actually happened to her after this ordeal. Tupac fictionalized the rest of the story by adding the part about her succumbing to prostitution and ultimately being slain. But what he was really doing is foreshadowing an ending that unfortunately happened and is still happening to so many young black women. It is reported that in 1990 and 1991, there were 16 or more similar cases of newborns being thrown away in trash bins or other disposable areas.
Girl, the way you jumped on that video, I'm not lying to you. That's one of the memorable parts to me, besides you having the baby on the floor, but in the bathroom. But the way you jumped, it seems so real. It's like it made me jump, you know? Now, was that the end of that scene? Did you go back and get the baby out and they just cut that out, or?
Well, that's just about the end of that scene. But then after that, we did another scene. That's when I went back in and fought with my mother. Like I said, they broke it up in different scenes. I didn't know how it was all going to turn out. They don't go from the beginning how we look at the video. It was in different areas that they're having me go do. Even with the baby, we didn't have no baby doll. So then I had to show them how we can make the cover look like it's a real baby in there. And if I hold it a certain way, you'll think it's a baby inside that.
Okay, you
blanket.
was executive producing up in this joint. You're like, let me put my input on.
Yeah, because I'm like, this don't feel right. I can't hold this right. So we placed different things we had around us inside it, and I said we just cover it up. Because I remember when I used to like to go see people babies and how they would cover it back in the day where you couldn't see inside the blanket. And you want to go peek and see what the baby looked like, and they wouldn't allow you to because a lot of people don't want you breathing on their baby.
Exactly.
So I was showing them how you cover that up like that, and you know what? We'll never know because if you hold them close to your bosom, you'll think it's a real baby.
And it actually looked like it was.
Yes.
You damn sure fooled me. You fooled me. Now, we do have a comment. We got a lot of comments. But Judge Johnson, she wants to know, was Pac super famous at that point?
Yes, he was.
He was?
Yes, he was. There was an incident where him and my two brothers was at the mall in Oakland, and they was going to pick up a jacket or something, my brother was telling me. And he said the mall was empty. The mall never been this quiet before. And he was like, no, we need to get up out of here. I don't want to be down here. It's too quiet. This don't seem right. My one brother was saying, and then he said, next thing you know, he saw a lot of young people going, hey, look, there he is. And so then my other brother go, oh, that's from Pac. They recognizing who 2PAC is. So then next thing you know, you see everybody getting off AC Transit bus line, running to the mall, and they trying to get down the stairs to get to the car because so many people, young people was jumping off at Pac and them as they was in the mall because I guess they went to go, you didn't have cell phones back then. So some way everybody got wind that he was at this mall in Oakland and they bum rushed them. But he didn't go nowhere else with them after that because 2PAC was like getting to that phase where they couldn't hardly go anywhere. But yeah, he was.
Wow,
he was.
That's crazy. Now let's get into your life at that age. Okay. We said we're gonna discuss it because here on PGT Time, y'all already know we talk about bringing awareness, to the community and everything. Back then, I know that you mentioned that you didn't live in the projects. You lived like in a suburban area, like you was.
You could call it middle class.
Middle class, yep, middle class.
I don't think I was yet in suburbia.
Okay, well, middle class. You was in middle class. You said you didn't have to want for anything. Like everything, you was good.
Yes.
And you ended up having a child.
Yes.
And
my dad was a pastor.
Oh, your dad was a pastor.
He's still a pastor. I'm not gonna say was. He's still a pastor. He's still a minister, a pastor. Yes, he is.
Okay. And how old were you when you had your first child?
I was 16.
You were 16.
I was 16 years old when I first had my baby. And their dad was a year younger than me, so he was 15.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And then at 17 is when you shot this video.
Yep.
And then you had another
couple of months after shooting the video, I ended up pregnant again with my second child.
Was your second child?
Yeah, so at 17 I had another child because she came at the end of that year.
Wow. What was your mama and your daddy saying?
My mom, she beat me up for like a couple of days. She was very mad and upset. Mm-hmm. My dad was like, well, you have to make up your mind what you're going to do because we're Christians, We don't believe in, getting rid of our kids or anything like that, but it's your decision and what you choose to do. I'm glad you came and talked to us about it. And but my mom was upset. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I thought I had this whole goal and plan in my head what I wanted to do and goals I want to achieve at a certain age and stuff. So I had to make up my mind what I was going to do with this child. When I decided to keep it, my mom was mad. She was really upset. She fought me for like probably 3 months. I had to run away. From home because she would just beat me up every time she saw me. She just throw
physically.
Yeah, she just started fighting me. That's what. See, look, we still hood people. You know what I'm saying? So when you hurt and you going through things, we're gonna fight. So she fought, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to be grown, we're going to fight grown. Ain't no belt. Ain't none of that. You grown now, so we supposed to go toe to toe. I'm not supposed to fight my mama. You know, some people might fight their mother, but I wasn't gonna fight my mother. I just kept ducking and running, like, you crazy? What are you doing? Why are you fighting me? You know, I at least I was honest and come say what was going on. I at least said before I became pregnant, Mom, I think I want to have sex. Can I get birth control pills? I tried to even go get birth control pills, but I wasn't consistent in taking it, and this is what took place. So I ended up running away from home for a while. She put the police on me. I didn't go to school for a while because, you know, she would come up to the school looking for me. I would have friends telling me she was looking for me, things like that. And then eventually I finally went home. And she got okay with it a little bit, you know. She was truly hurt. But then friends and family that was really close to her at the church, they started disowning her and disowning me because I was a teen mom. And that hurted a lot to how they did my mom in the church and everything. So I think that was most of her embarrassment coming from cousins that and friends that wouldn't allow their kids to come around me anymore. So it just threw us.
After the music video?
This before, because this is when I became pregnant as a teenager.
Before, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
This before then, you know, this is you asked me what my parents all thought. This is what my parents thought. And then in the midst of that as well, family members, how they thought and how they started treating, you know, and it was a shame. And they started treating us really bad. It hurt my mother. It hurt me as well, but you know, I grew out of it and I understood it, but it was wrong. Yeah, by the time I was 17 and did the video, I was living on my own. I had my own.
What about your kid's father's family? How would they treat you? They
treated me okay. You know, his mom, because they always teen mamas. It's a generation thing. So it was a generational curse. So if you'll not break that generational curse, it's gonna keep happening. So it was happening to their children. Because his mom, I think, was 13 when she had her first kid. My mom was 15 when she had her first kid. You know, so it's a generational curse. So they didn't want that to happen to their kids, and they wasn't, you know, teaching us what to do, not do so. I didn't want to have my kids be teen parents, so I told them.
You did.
I broke it.
Opposite.
I broke it. If I had to be XXX, I'm gonna break it. You know what I'm saying? You have to know when hormones are starting to come in. So you can't be like birds and the bees. No, it's not. You need to know exactly what it is and how it works.
Exactly.
And share with them if you want different things to happen for you not to be an early grandmother. I already going to be an early grandmother because I am young and I had kids young. However, I didn't want them to be teenager in high school or getting out of high school having kids. I wanted them to enjoy their life after getting out of high school and be able to do things. And then when they get in their 20s, it's different. When they get legal ages, it's different. It's nothing you could do by then. But when they 17, 18, 19, 20, you try your best not to have any kids at that age if you could prevent it. But that's not what our parents did. So they didn't like none of that. They didn't like it at all.
Now, at the time that you had your first child, was you hearing a lot about young girls throwing their baby away in the trash? Was that common around your area?
Not throwing them in the trash, but some having them in the house, in the bathtubs. Not wanting to tell their parents because, you know, was pregnant. Some parents didn't even know their kids was pregnant. Some kids, teenagers, did not want to tell their parents, so they would have it probably in the bathtub or at home. So I heard those stories, but not throwing them in the trash.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, well, we're gonna get into a commercial break.
Okay,
we have
cool.
Commercial breaks over here. Okay.
I need to plug up my iPad.
Go ahead, girl. Go right on ahead. Here we go.
Okay, thank you.
Peachy Tea Time is for the culture. If you or someone you know that has dealt with the death of a loved one due to gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, or even by the police, Peachy Tea Time also provides a platform for missing person cases as well as wrongfully imprisoned inmates. Please like and share this video to get the word out, so the families can get their loved ones' stories out. Email peachyteatime@gmail.com. You can also DM, inbox, or text to 470-620-9916. Thanks for watching.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Y'all enjoying the show? Is y'all enjoying the show, baby? We are getting it in each and every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are on Roku TV. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure you follow me on my Facebook pages. And also follow me on Twitch and IG just as well, baby. Each and every Monday. Where I'm solo dolo, baby. Unless I got a special guest. But I love y'all so much. It's so important that you share these videos. So please continue to share. I love you all. Bye. Here we are. I'm sorry. Got caught up with the commercial. But so let's jump back into what we were talking about with your parents.
Oops, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. When you had your kids at such a young age, the way you said that things were with your mom, was these kids with you at all times? You didn't have babysitters? Or you did have babysitters?
No, I didn't have no babysitter.
Wow.
It was me and my husband. Well, we was my boyfriend at that time. But we tag team on babysitter. My mama would help out a little bit. With babysitting, my mom had was a sickly woman. So she was in and out the hospital a lot. My dad was still working during that times. My brothers then was, far gone doing what they do. I had family members, but no, they're not gonna help out. I did try to get assistance, and every time I tried to put my child in daycare, it didn't go well for my child, so I wasn't going for that.
Exactly.
So between me and him, he said he would finish high school, and then he'll drop out again. And so then I was like, well, since you don't want to go to school and I do, you watch the baby, and I'm gonna go to school because I want to finish high school. Because they said I wasn't gonna finish high school. That's usually what happens to the teen moms. They don't finish high school, and I want to beat those naysayers. Because them they say, oh, you're not gonna finish high school, you're not gonna amount to nothing. And so guess what? They all be out at my door. And your kids, and her kids. But y'all talked about me when I had these kids at a certain age. Y'all did not want to help as much, but it's okay because God knew what was gonna happen. And so I'm not gonna beat everybody up, but you have them people, and I just like the people that was negative towards me. I always that would infuse me to reach out and do my best. Exactly. Because I like negative, because negative turn my stuff into positive. Because I'm a go getter. So I finished high school early. I had to act and walk across the stage.
And at this time, you had the 2 kids, right?
I was pregnant walking across the stage.
Wow.
I was pregnant walking across the stage.
Girl, we got to applaud you for that. Baby, it's possible. It is definitely possible. You just got to focus.
I went to hair school for a little bit. I called myself a beauty school dropout around that time because I was trying my best to be a mother, a girlfriend, and trying to find my career because I love doing hair. I loved hair. So I went to cosmetology school during that time, but it was challenging. I was asking too much of him to help watch the baby that long, trying to go to school and go to regular high school. And, so I then go back to cosmetology school to after a while to get my license in California as a hairdresser. But I accomplished a lot of goals that I had in my head to do so with them children. And like I said, it wasn't much help doing that. You know, I was like a single mom because he was a D boy. So, you know how that go as well.
Yeah. So you came across another stumbling block in your life with your husband.
Yeah.
You want to share that with everyone?
I lost my husband at the age of 29. We both was 29. He passed. No, he was 29. He passed. He got murdered on the streets at the age of 29. He was still selling drugs at that time, and I used to beg him every year to stop selling drugs because his kids are getting older, and we're not gonna be able to keep lying and say Daddy's going to work at night because they're getting older and older. So we're gonna have to either tell them the truth of what you're doing, because I don't believe in lying to kids. Because when you lie to kids, they lie to you as they get older, and they won't be able to be confident to talk to you because you lied to them. So why should they tell you the truth when you're a liar? So I begged him every year once the kids, got in elementary school to try to change his life, which he tried every time to try to get a job and stuff. But when the jobs are not paying you what you're getting on the streets, it's hard for a person that's on the street to go work for somebody when they're giving you $5 to $6 an hour. And when you get that check, it's nothing much you could do about it. And so your heart go back to the street where you're going to get that $500 a night.
Exactly.
Or $500 a week. When that week you didn't get them but $150 at this job. So I understand the gist of, that type of life with people in the streets. But the streets had my baby a lot. So that's what happened with him. Okay. A victim of the street lives.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he is missed.
Very.
How old are your children?
I have a 33. Is she 33? I think she's 33, 30, and 28.
Girl, you don't look like it. Girl, let me applaud you again on that. That is awesome. How are they dealing with the death of their father?
They get better. Each year you get better. You know what I'm saying? Each year it could be turned the other way, especially when you're having your kids. So when they start having kids, it takes you back until like, man, I wish he was here. He could see his grandkids, or I see some of my child and my daddy inside my child. So you never really get healed from them type of things. You just try to be better and not bitter, and learn from that and embrace life. Because you'll never know when neither one of us might go. The way people dying these days, young or old, it's not an age on death. And they embrace life. I look at them embracing life each day. It's trying for them. It's trying for me because I have to watch them still, and I see him and them a lot, and the grandkids. But we're here. God still have us here, and so we just try to make the best of it.
Exactly. I know it was hard having kids at a young age, but under the tragedy, the circumstances with your kid's father, do that somewhat makes you feel like, okay, I'm glad he was here. He was able to see them. He was able to see them grow a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How old were they when he passed?
10, 8, and 6.
Okay. Yeah, they know. They know who their daddy is at that age.
Yes.
So yeah, they definitely know. Okay. Yeah, so he was there, growing up and everything, and he was
like I said, we tag team to take care of them. We tag team, so he had the day shift when I would go to work, and then I had the night shift. He'd come in. Sometimes I have to be at work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd come in for whatever he was doing, watch them, and I go to work. So when I get home, I usually try to pick him up from school, around 2 or 3 o'clock when they got out of school, because there wasn't no bus system. How you guys have a bus system out here? You had to get to the school by 2:30, 3 o'clock. I pick up your kids unless you had them in an after school program where they could stay till 4.
Yeah.
Photography class or art class or something like that. They would have after school programs where I signed up the kids, would give me a little leeway just in case I'm gonna run a little late to pick them up. Then at a certain age, I had to teach them how to walk home from school. And I always try to live around a corner or up the street from the school, so then they didn't have to walk too far, and the neighbors knew who they were, so they could get into the door. So if I'm pulling up as they walking in, or I can meet them at the corner, then it was ways. It was ways, and we did it. So
awesome. Now, did you do any other music videos after the Tupac video?
No, I didn't do any other videos. I focus on being that parent because I want to make sure I was in my kids' life. That's very important. If I chose kids, I chose the kids' life. Now, if I didn't choose to have kids, then I probably would have been different, because then I could focus on doing those things. But I chose to have my kids, and that was my choice. That wasn't the kids' choice, and I had to put my career on back burner because I chose to be a mother.
So you didn't seek out for no other videos or anything like that?
No, I wanted to.
Girl, whoever would have thought? And look at this video now, 32 years later. Girl, you ain't have to do no other videos.
I see.
You didn't have to. Like, this is legendary. This is like totally, totally awesome. It really is.
Thank you.
I'm truly, truly honored to have you on here tonight. Truly honored. Now, I see we got another Tupac question in here. But first, just an applause to you guys. That does not happen all that often. Yes, you and your husband. That was she talking about, you and your husband. That was just awesome to be able to tag team like that.
Thank you.
Truly, truly. Now, I do got another question about the video. Do you get royalties from it?
No, I don't think it was a video in such light like that back in them days. Like I said, it was his first album. Everything was all just how it was, because he was just getting his first album. That's his first record and things like that. So no, none of those.
Okay.
No. So go buy one of my t-shirts.
Get the t-shirts. Where can they buy the t-shirts?
That's my royalties.
Because I know you probably making a killing. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I want one. I definitely want to buy me one. But listen, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to play this last video for tonight, okay? Because I don't want to keep you on too long. Look, y'all, she already told me she was tired. She's like, I'm tired. I'm like, okay. All I need to do is just get her on, baby. I know I'm going to wake her up. I already knew. Yeah. I said, just go ahead and just get on, and I got you. I got you.
Of course. And I got you. I was, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I share my truth, because if I share my truth, then God gonna help me get over. If I hide what's going on with me, then you're gonna stay into that circle, and you're gonna keep running around like, what's the matter with me? Because I'm not gonna fake it to my, I'm gonna tell the truth. I believe in telling the truth. So I tell you, I'm tired, I don't feel good, but I'm gonna keep moving because I have a purpose. Exactly. He have more of a big purpose and plan for me, so I have to be able to go show face value, put a smile on. And then when we turn it all off, then I lay on back down and be like, okay.
And go back to relaxing. Now, what was you doing in these 32 years? I know you said you was with your child, your kids and everything, but like, we didn't see you. We didn't see you doing interviews. It's like you just popped out of nowhere doing this interview. The interview that I saw. I don't know if y'all saw, but I saw the interview. And she did a great job. A great job. But like, was people reaching out to you, finding you, trying to interview you?
Well, no, because I wasn't on social media till 2014, 15. Oh. And my kids pushed me to do so, because I wasn't on social media. I didn't even know. I still don't know how to do social media. I'm learning this year how to do it myself. My daughter was doing it for me for a while, and I tried to hire people to help me do this stuff. But I was like, I need to learn myself. So I wasn't on social media. I had my daughter information to log into social media. Then my friend convinced me to do a fan page. And from my fan page, that's when people start, hitting me a little bit. And I still wouldn't go and do anything. This young man that I did do the video for, he called me like for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Year, can you please? I'm just starting off with doing my video stuff. Can you please? And finally I told my daughter, okay, I'm going to do it.
And that was the very first one?
No, I went to Chicago with a young man, named John West. And he found me on social media, and he wanted to do some things with me. So he flew me out to Chicago, and I did a radio with a friend of mine named Lamont. He have a radio show on iHeartRadio, and I did his iHeartRadio in Chicago. So they kind of woke me up a little bit, like, you somebody, right? You need to be out here letting people know who you are. A lot of people still don't know who you are. I was like, I know. I gotta embrace this again, because when it happened back then, I was like embracing it. And then I'm like, I gotta embrace this again. And
because people start treating you different.
Yes.
Your friends and stuff.
Yes. I don't have many friends. Because of that. I have associates, and I don't have many friends. But my associates do me good.
What they treating you different? Like, she thinks she all that? That type of different?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what it might be. I can't even say. I don't entertain it.
They just stop talking to you?
I don't entertain it long. They do. They talk to me
occasionally.
Okay. Yeah, they talk to me occasionally.
Okay.
I don't entertain none of that. I don't look at it as negative. Everybody got their own life. They got things they got to do.
Yeah, that's true.
That. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing personal.
Awesome.
If they have a gripe against me, I will hope they say something, because I'm the type of person to help you look inside to yourself and myself. And I don't know. It's best to just talk. I think it's best to talk and communicate with people. I don't assume anything. So if you're not talking to me, I don't assume what's going on, or you hate me or don't like me. Anything like
you
that.
Wouldn't even know if they came to you.
Yeah. I just leave it like what it is, and I keep moving forward. Life is too short.
It is.
And I don't have time to be sitting there wondering what you got going on, because I love me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make sure I'm right. I'm making sure I'm eating right. I'm making sure I'm preserving myself for whatever is out there for me. So when it's my time and the lights is on for me, then it's time for me to shine. When the lights is dim, I'm going to sit back and relax. See, a lot of people don't know, I suffer from migraines. I have one every day. I go to sleep with one, but I keep on moving. I don't let that stop me. Some people let things stop them in their life. And it could be something little, might be something big. I've been through a lot. And I try not to let none of that stop me. But sometimes it stopped me for days. Sometimes it stopped me for months. Sometimes it put me back in my depression. So I have to take care of me.
There you go.
I have to take care of me and make sure I'm right, because I want to be right. I want to be in right standing with myself. So when God called me, he can say, you done very well, my child.
Well done. I get it, girl. I get it. Now, our last video for the night, we all know that Keefe D was arrested. He was the last person. Shout out to LA. We don't give too many shout out to the police over here. They got to really do something good. Brenda. So shout out to LA. But Keefe D was the last living person that was supposed to be in the vehicle that night that Tupac was killed. So he also wrote it in his book that he was in the vehicle. He went on Vlad TV and expressed some things just as well. So it wasn't hard. But we still thank LA anyways. It wasn't hard. We knew. We just waiting on y'all to pick him up. But anyways, he was 60 years old. We covered the story on Friday on PGT. I'm sorry, on our Peachy Thoughts. Our Peachy Thoughts on Friday. That's what we call it. Brenda. We call it Our Peachy Thoughts, a married couple's point of view. And it's me and my husband, and we talk about love relationships. And it just so happened that KEEFE D, got arrested on that day. So I like, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about it. So, but we talked about it, and I want to replay one of the clips, and I just want your opinion. I'm sure everybody wants your opinion on how did you feel when you found out that they finally got somebody. They can finally say 27 years later that this case is solved. Here we go.
27 years. For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka KEEFE D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It is far from over. It has taken countless hours, really decades.
Thank you, Sheriff, and thank you everybody for being here today. My name is Jason Johansson, and I'm the homicide lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. And my goal here today is to walk you through our investigation and what led us to the indictment of Dwayne Davis, also known as KEEFE D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. This case has been reviewed by our homicide team and homicide detectives for over 2.5 decades. And ultimately, our persistence in this investigation has paid off. Let me walk you through a timeline of events that as we know them right now. Prior to September 7th of 1996, as we all know, Tupac Shakur was an artist who was signed with Death Row Records. And that Death Row Records and its CEO, Marion Suge Knight, were closely affiliated with the Mob Piru criminal street gangs, and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips. Dwayne Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips. And both of these gangs operated out of the Southern California area of Compton. On the night of September 7th of 1996, Tupac Shakur, along with Suge Knight, and members of their entourage, which include members of Mob Piru, came to Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Dwayne Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bank inside the MGM, and at that time they began to kick and punch him near that elevator bank. I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you have already seen, related to this incident. And on this incident, you will see Tupac Shakur, who's wearing a shiny satiny shirt, along with Marion Suge Knight, who's a large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson. Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene, and then they will leave the area of the fight. Little did anyone know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death of Tupac Shakur.
Little do you know, Mr. Man, we always knew. We always knew. It was not a surprise to our community. That's what we'll say. To our community, it wasn't a surprise. We were just waiting on y'all. It's sad it took 27 years, but we still waited on y'all. I had to say that. I just had to say that. But how did you feel at that moment when you heard this? Because I'm sure you was very sad and hurt when you found out that Tupac was dead. Everybody was in shock. Everybody just knew he was gonna pull through because he's always pulled through the other time. I'm telling you, girl, you would think Tupac was my cousin. I know a lot about Tupac.
Okay.
But we just knew he was gonna pull through. I remember sitting in front of my stereo system in my bedroom, just boohoo crying, listening to the radio. You know, we ain't had social media like that back then. So we had to listen to our radio system to hear the news, you know, and other states got it before us. We had to wait till it got to Michigan before we could hear about it, you know. So I know I'm sure you got the news before I got the news, but how did you feel after 27 years when you heard the news that they finally got somebody and can actually close this case?
I was happy that they was able to do that, and it was an ongoing case, and where they was looking at the young man and following what he was doing to find a conclusion that he was the person, and able to go get him out of his home and arrest him, and he could rest in peace. Tupac could rest in peace. His family could rest in peace, knowing that they found his murderer.
Exactly.
I was elated. I was happy. I was happy.
Exactly, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, he could finally rest. Rest in peace. Now we hoping that they find who did Biggie Smalls. So his family can rest in peace as well, knowing that they found the person that did this to their family member.
I know there's some nervous folks out there. I know at that moment, and not just with this case, with anybody case, like this really showed us that it don't matter how long it is, you can still be caught.
Yes,
you can still be picked up.
And each year when forensics and everything get more up to date, you should get very scared because you're going to get found.
Yeah.
You're going to get found.
Just be a little nervous. Be a little nervous. Be a lot of nervous.
Yeah.
Because, baby, these folks ain't playing.
You made your bed. You made your bed.
Exactly. And we making a lot of noise out here on social media. A lot of noise. Like, don't nothing get past social media, baby. Don't nothing get past social media.
That's why I'm trying to get sociable.
Hey, girl, you better get sociable, baby.
I'm trying to get sociable on social
media. Don't nothing get past social media. I don't care what you do. It's somewhere online that you have done whatever you have done.
Yeah.
Somebody done told something. So, y'all better straighten up out there if you want to be living this life. A beautiful life. A beautiful life. Like you said at the beginning of the show, tomorrow's not promised.
Nope.
Tomorrow is not promised, and life is too short. So everybody better get it right. Now, I am so thankful once again. We have came to the end of the show. I'm so thankful that you came and joined me tonight. I would love to have you back again in the future just as well. But I always let my guests end the show. I pull myself down, I leave you up, but I tell you what to say. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I got you. Okay. But I definitely want you to let everyone know where they can find you. If you would like to, let them know where they can find you so that, if someone else want to interview you, they'll be, they can interview you, girl. Be out there again. But she was also on Good Morning America too.
Oh yes, I was.
I saw you, girl. I said, look at how cute with the blue on.
Thank you.
You look absolutely beautiful. Couldn't play it because there ain't no telling what they gonna do to me on YouTube.
I know.
They be tripping. So I did see it, and you look absolutely amazing on there.
Thank you, dear.
Yes, you're so welcome. But tonight, I want you again just to let everybody know where they can follow you, and I would like for you to speak to the youth, the young ladies. This is something that you said you've always been doing. So go ahead, speak to the young ladies that you haven't been able to speak to that's watching tonight. Okay? And then I want you to stay on for like 5 seconds after I end the broadcast so I can tell you goodbye after the show, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, y'all already know where y'all can find your girl, the Missus. I'm on all platforms. Peachy Tea Time. Time is spelled with the Y. And don't forget to download the app on Roku TV so that you can watch me while you laying down in your bed at nighttime and you ain't got to hold your phone. And make sure you tune in on Wednesday. It's very important, y'all, that you tune in on Wednesday. We have a guest that's coming on. Usually I have flyers for them. I have everything set up 2 weeks ahead of time. But on Wednesday, we have a missing person case. A 46-year-old lady Her mother is coming on the show. She's been missing for about 4 or 5 months now. It could be a little bit longer than that. But the mother and their family, she got a big support team. They all are coming on the show on this Wednesday. I'm going to set the stream up tonight after I end the broadcast and get done talking to Brenda, aka Ethel. But make sure y'all tune in. We need to find this lady. We have to find her. Okay? So, all right, I'm going to pull myself down. I'll see y'all on Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time with my boy Jason. And go ahead, girl. It's your time to shine.
Hi, my name is Ethel. You can go follow me on my fan page on Facebook. It's called Ethel Edie Love. As well on Instagram, my handle is I am Brenda Love. You can go to my website, www.iambrendalove.com, and purchase your t-shirt, your legendary t-shirt, or your iconic t-shirt, or your doula shirt. And I want to share with all my young ladies out there, I would like to emphasize the importance of purpose and taking actions to achieve your goals, to encourage you to prove your worth through your actions rather than just your words. Always love yourself, be kind to yourself and others, respect yourself, and you can earn respect. Give respect, you earn respect. I love you all. You take care of one another and your family members at all times. Thank you.
Having computer issues? Can't find a nearby computer store or tech? No need to worry, Computer Tech is a computer repair mobile service. Not in Georgia, no need to worry, Computer Tech can remote into your computer as well. Prices are starting as low as $40. Services are virus removal, data recovery, data transfer, hardware installation, software installation, computer tune-up, laptop and desktop, home and online. Contact 404-405-8515 and ask for Tony, and don't forget to tell them Ms. Peachy sent you.